Make another attempt for the 150th time on my own to make a video about. I'm trying to move this thing a little bit. Yes, it's a cute little thing. But anyway, don't pay attention to that. I know everybody's going to look at that. Anyway, here's the point. The thing is that I was thinking about motivation. And I was actually writing quite a great deal yesterday about motivation. I really wrote some really wonderful stuff. I should actually print it out and look at it and read from it. But it was things I was thinking about, everything I thought about motivation. You know, I'm a person who believes in being motivated and being inspired and everything. But I think the problem is some people use motivation and inspiration as like a panacea. It's the cure for everything. You know, the only problem in the world, it's almost like as if the story would be that the only thing that we need in life is to be motivated and inspired. And, you know, nothing could be further from the truth than that ideal. That all we need is motivation. You know, it sounds like it could be a song. You know, all you need is motivation. But anyway, the thing is that this, you know, like I said about writing, I said, oh, I'm afraid it's going to take a little bit more than that. Yeah, because the problem is, motivation is a dime a dozen. I think about something that Maslow said about being motivated. Yes, I know you're not supposed to comb your hair during the thing. And you see how I do, man, it's going forward. Make it look like I got more hair than I actually have. Anyway, the thing is, people can get into this motivation thing. And what motivation is really a feeling. You know, I know a lot of people who are very, very motivated in life. They're extremely motivated. And some people get addicted to motivation. I mean, literally, they get addicted to motivational speakers. They'll go to conferences and seminars, and they'll go places to be motivated. And they love to go to churches that really have a motivational theme to it. I know a particular church here in Chicago that really was before the motivational movement got started. You know, and I think that like books that really, before it really took off, this was like one of the pioneers in that group of motivating people, getting people to be motivated and inspired. You know, the thing is that a lot of times people get into that. They get into being motivated. I mean, you get people walking around just so motivated. It's like, my goodness, these people are just, you know, but they don't do anything. They don't accomplish anything. They don't contribute to the community. They don't do anything. They're just motivated. You know, I mean, what is the point of motivation if you're not doing anything, if you're not helping? I know some people who aren't motivated, but they do more things to help people than people who are motivated. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but it's true. Because there's more to it than just being motivated. People look at motivation like you can conquer anything, you can accomplish anything, you can overcome any obstacle, you can win any game if you're motivated. Well, think about simple math of motivation. If you had two teams playing against each other, and both were equally motivated, still one team is going to lose. You know, one team is going to win, one team is going to lose. The team that wins, of course, is going to say, well, we won because we were highly motivated. And the other team is going to look back, and maybe if they still buy into the ideal, they're going to say, well, we lost because we weren't as motivated as the other team. And that sounds like, and that's pretty plausible. You know, reporters go up to people and they put the microphone and they, you know, and that's saying everybody just accepts that. But it's not really that. There's lots of factors. Sometimes just pure chance. Luck of maybe a certain call went your way, a ball bounced a certain way, or whatever. But other things could be a matter of skill. One team is just more skillful than the other. They had a better strategy. It's not just motivation. I mean, motivation is not the cure to everything. It really isn't the thing that fixes all problems. You can be extremely motivated. You know, I mean, I'm just being honest with you. You know, if you got financial problems, for example, and you may say, I am determined and motivated, you know, you still wind up being bankrupt. You know, I am determined and motivated to get a job, and you go out and you look for a job and you don't find anything. And then after a while you become, you know, you become disappointed and you start to give up and you start to feel depressed or whatever. Because all that motivation didn't fix everything. It wasn't the grand cure You know, it's like you get way up there flying high and all of a sudden, boom, you run into a mountain. There you go. Because motivation doesn't solve every problem. I think it's important to be motivated. I think it's important to be inspired. I really do. Because I know that a lot of times in life, I've kept going and going because I've found ways to just keep being motivated. But there's more to it. There's looking at things. There's thinking. There's stepping back sometimes from the emotional high of being motivated. Step back and look at the situation honestly and evaluate what it is you're doing. Is it working? Is it not working? Because sometimes when people get really high on motivation, they don't step back. They don't look at things. They don't reflect on whether or not this is actually working. Sometimes you get caught in the cul-de-sac, as one person put it. You know, where you get to a point where you can only go so far with this. This particular strategy can only go so far. But some people say, well, you know, yeah, it's not the strategy, it's your motivation. You're not motivated. Well, every time people fail at something, think about this in life. Every time you fail at something in life, it's not purely because you weren't motivated. You know, sometimes you need something more and you have to step back. And I know a lot of times in life, you know, I've had to make a lot of changes in my life of things I was doing, especially like taking care of my health. You know, I was always very motivated to be healthy, but I just wasn't doing things the right way all the time. You know, and sometimes if you think that it's just a motivation issue, then you could be missing out on things you can do, changes you can make that can make things better. You know, and that's the truth. It's just, you know, I don't have anything other to tell you than that. Is don't get so focused on motivation and inspiration, because there are people who do get addicted to this. They'll go to motivational seminars. They'll buy books. I mean, there are people who buy books all the time. They'll read motivational books. Oh, did you hear this motivational speaker or that motivational speaker or this motivational thing? And they're so motivated. I mean, it's like, I kind of used a metaphor in all my writings yesterday when I was writing. I said, you know, it's kind of like having a brand new Ferrari. You know, like you can have a Ferrari that has a 700 horsepower engine, but you know, it's like you're stuck in a snowbank. You know, you got all this power, but you're still spinning your wheels. You're not getting any traction. You got to really look at things and actually be more rational too. Motivation combined with rationality, combined with honesty with yourself and giving an honest evaluation of things, those are really key ingredients, you know. Those are the things, a combination of things, not just being motivated, not just being inspired. You need more than motivation and more than inspiration, you know, to move forward, to make progress, to grow. And that's the truth. That's just my statement to make.